How you guys doing? Jason here with 3-3 Outdoors, coming to you guys today from Inside Archery. What we're going to do today is just give you guys a little bit of a DIY segment. We got the pro shooter here in the shop, and he's been setting up some stuff, and I saw him getting ready to put a D-loop on a bow. And so what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys the correct way to put on a D-loop on your bow. So let's check this out.
Alright, first thing you want to do, you can see the burnt end loop that we got here. All you got to do is fold it in half like that. You can see that's the burnt end loop that I just did. What you want to do is bring it around like that, and always have your top knot facing away from the bow pretty much. If you're left-handed, it's opposite. So you just get that, squeeze that down the middle, and then just pull on this end here a little bit. It'll tighten everything up, just don't yank it right through or something like that. Just don't go hog wild on it. Then you can see way knock on. That's no problem. What you want to do, this center serving acts like a thread, so you just twist it until you get there. Some guys want to be pushing on this. What happens, you're actually pushing your center serving down. It's a lot better if you just act like a thread and go all the way down through.
That's a great tip. I bet you a lot of people don't know that, Joey.
And then you just go like that. Okay, we're right at an eighth, so we're getting close to where we want to be at. So we'll tighten this up a little bit again. Okay, we're still at an eighth, so we'll go about 2 more turns. Okay, let's see where we're at. Alright, we're right at level now. Alright, so we got that part. We got our top half of our D-loop done. What you want to do is come down through the knock and be on this side. If you're left-handed, it wants to be on the other side. And then you just bring it around the back. Just around the back and make like a knot up through there. Pull it through. Alright, now you got that part. You should have this tail end sticking out. Then you come through the front on this side of me, and you go around, do another knot. Perfect. There's your D-loop. Now this D-loop is going to come out just a hair long, so I'll just take my clippers here, undo this, bring it out, clip that off there, and then take your lighter and smash that open a little bit to re-burn it into a mushroom. You can see it's mushroomed out a little bit, and then you can just see it fold up right into a mushroom. Now I'll flatten it out a little bit, but you don't want to have that complete. What happens if you do that, the ends will tend to crush out, and then I'll just burn it a little bit, make it into a little bit more of a mushroom. It strengthens it up just a little bit. It looks a little bit better too. That way it doesn't slip all the way through. We'll let this cool down a little bit. Bring it around, put it through. Perfect. Alright, now I'll take my needle nose, pull it out a little bit, and stick it through. Pull on it. Get these bad boys out.
And you're just tightening everything,
Yeah.
just so there's no room for slippage or anything like that.
And then I just put it in there, make sure that's the right spacing. Get this in, pull on a little bit more, and then do the same thing again. You really don't have to do that, but just double check everything. Alright, we're just a touch knock high still. So I'll do that turning method again. Just take one more twist in it. Perfect. Then what I'll do, I'll tighten it up with the regular D-loop pliers. You see that stretched everything out a little bit. The ends of this thing are on the outside. Very, very nice and tight.
Joey, let me ask you something for the viewers out there watching. How tight, how close do you bring those knots to the knock? You know what I mean? How much play should the knock have in between the 2 knots?
Nothing at all.
Okay.
You should not be able to move it. If you can, let me get a G-knock here and I'll explain to you. Because there's all kinds of different knocks out there. You almost have to make your D-loop to what your knock is.
Okay.
You can see I put this G-knock in. It's got a little bit of play. What that's going to do is cause highs and lows on your shot as it goes off, because it might be sitting there when it goes off, or it might. A lot of guys won't notice it, but once you're shooting 20 yards and you're shooting precision, you will notice that on it. What you also want to do is you don't want to get it extremely tight, otherwise then you'll get knock pinch. But you want to have so it has no play in between there.
For a guy that's got it too tight and has knock pinch at home, he's trying to paper tune his bow at home and he's absolutely about to throw everything out into the lake. What does knock pinch create if you're trying to tune your stuff up at home?
It causes high-low. Pretty much all depends on what the knock pinch is. It can create lefts and right a little bit. Also, it all depends on your knock also.
Okay.
The bigger knocks like this usually create more knock pinch than the smaller knocks. So it's just whatever you're running on your bow.
Okay, so just make sure it's flush but not too tight and no play whatsoever.
Yeah, no play whatsoever.
Beautiful.
I mean, some guys, I've had customers come in, you can take their knock and literally play a fiddle with it in between their D-loop, and they're saying it's not accurate. It's of course not accurate because you're designing different knock height every single time you shoot it. So
Beautiful.
you can see we're knock level here. I mean, what more do you want? This Vendetta shoots awesome.
Okay,
You can get it to run very, very nice with that.
great. Well, thanks, Joey, for your time.
Yeah.